updates. So the Storm Prediction Center, we've kept an enhanced risk. That's level 3 to 5 over northwest Alabama. This is valid through 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I think any storms we see this afternoon may contain some hail. They're going to be widely scattered. Not hugely worried about a severe threat today. But overnight into Monday, we've got the enhanced risk now covering the southern and southeastern half of Alabama, and that does include Shelby County, Bibb County, down to Perry, Dallas, part of St. Clair, and then Talladega, Calhoun. So I do think that we're going to have to be on guard for some very strong wind gusts with this system. I think that's really going to be the main threat, as it appears to be more of a linear system moving through. Damaging straight line wind gusts are something that we are concerned about as this moves through. That being said, I think that there will be many severe thunderstorm warnings. Just because there's not a tornado warning doesn't mean that the wind cannot bring down trees and power lines and that kind of thing. So that's going to be our main threat, is the damaging wind gusts. Tornadoes will be possible, even some large hail greater than an inch, and so that is all on the table. 5:01, this is WVTM 13 live Doppler radar. We've got one downpour down here between Columbiana and Childersburg. Some heavy rain this morning. We'll talk more about what to expect through the rest of your Sunday. I've got a timeline for the storms coming up. Likely impact your morning commute, but this morning it's fairly quiet. You'll notice it's a bit more muggy outside. It is warm. We have a steady south wind, a little breezy today. We do have a little bit of rain over toward Vincent, Childersburg, between Columbiana, down between Shelby and Talladega County. We've got some healthy rain this morning, but the bigger picture here, WVTM 13 live Doppler radar, most locations are dry. I suspect there will be a few passing showers this morning. I think we could see some thunderstorms this afternoon, pretty widely scattered. Not really worried about a big severe risk today. A couple of those storms this afternoon may contain some hail, but the threat for severe weather really arrives early tomorrow morning. We're talking about after midnight when these storms begin to move through. I want to highlight the threats for you. So the tornado threat still remains low. I think it is greatest over northwest Alabama, and then up further to the north. Large hail greater than an inch will be possible. I think damaging wind gusts are our biggest concern with this event. We're going to have a line of storms, and that always kind of cultivates very strong wind as it's moving through. I'm going to time out those storms for you in just a few minutes and look at the forecast. So 5:15 this morning, and we do have some rain on WVTM 13 live Doppler radar over Vincent, Childersburg. This is between Shelby, Talladega counties. Is moving to the north and east. Another one down here between Jemison and Thorsby, actually a heavy downpour there. A little bit of rain on the radar. Most of us are dry, and I do think through the morning hours, most of us stay dry. There could be some passing showers as they move north, but just not expecting a whole lot of rain this morning. This afternoon, possibly some thunderstorms. The risk of any severe storm is very low. I think we're mainly looking at a hail threat this afternoon with some widely scattered storms. But we do have alert days tonight and into tomorrow morning. And here's why: we are expecting some severe storms. The greater severe risk will arrive overnight, closer to midnight, when these storms begin to move into northwest Alabama. Threats, wind, hail, and there's even a tornado threat. And then by the time we get to the daylight hours tomorrow morning, when you are heading to work, we're likely going to have very rough weather. So if you can delay your commute at all, it really would be a great idea. We're going to have a strong line of storms move through. Damaging wind gusts, I believe, are the main threat, but we could have some quick spin-up tornadoes embedded along that line. So we're going to be watching it very closely. Impacts are much higher as we head into tomorrow morning and through tomorrow afternoon, or through lunchtime tomorrow. So here's a look at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook. We've still got that enhanced risk over northwest Alabama. Watch as this flips. The thing is, this is valid through 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then they issue another one. So the enhanced risk actually flips to include more of our southern counties through tomorrow morning. Main thing you need to know, as it's severe weather is possible anywhere on this map, I think the higher probability of any tornadoes is going to be off to the north and west. But I think damaging wind gust is going to be a big concern for all of us. And that's actually why the Storm Prediction Center highlighted this enhanced risk over the southern half of the state for tomorrow, because damaging wind gusts look like they're going to be a big deal. Let's look at the Futurecast. So I mentioned some scattered storms this morning, perhaps I think that's more so the story this afternoon as we become a little bit more unstable. It is warm and muggy today. You're going to notice it's not very comfortable. The air mass pretty saturated. So we've got some widely scattered heavy thunderstorms this afternoon. Some of these could produce some hail, but the severe risk is very low. Pretty quiet as we head into 9-10 p.m. It isn't until early tomorrow morning when these storms begin to move into northwest Alabama, and it's kind of a jagged line of storms. This is at 6 a.m. Morning commute will be very rough. I'm telling you, from Marshall County through Blount County down through Birmingham, Shelby down to Perry County as this line of storms is moving through. So if you can delay your commute at all, it would be a great idea. We're going to have to watch along this leading edge to see if there are any tornadoes that try to spin up. We're going to have plenty of wind shear, but that's also going to drive just some damaging straight line wind gusts, I believe, as this is moving through. 9 a.m. shifting down to the south and east, and then this gets out of here by noon, perhaps some wraparound showers. Here's another snapshot of the timeline. We've got 2 to 7 this morning. If you've got to be out and about today, you really don't need to be on guard until much later tonight. When you're inside your home, those storms begin to move in very early tomorrow morning. This morning, we've just got some showers on WVTM 13 live Doppler radar between Sterrett down to Vincent, Childersburg. These are moving to the north and east, and then a few more scattered up toward Coleman County, Jasper, down toward Tuscaloosa County. I think we'll gradually see a little bit of increase in coverage in these, especially this afternoon. We could have some widely scattered storms, a few of them heavy. They could produce some hail, but the main timeline for severe storms will be early tomorrow morning. 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. This is over West Alabama tomorrow morning. Hamilton, Fayette, Arley, Red Bay, Scottsville, Decatur, Moulton. You need to be on guard during that time frame. These storms will move to the south and east, and I think Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Springville, Aniana could get them closer to 4 a.m., if not closer to sunrise. So this will impact the morning commute. Very important that you're staying plugged into the forecast. We'll talk about possible threats coming up. Emma?
Thank you so much. We have a lot to pay attention to. We'll be back at the top of the hour with more news and weather.